Escaping the Odds podcast is a movement of freedom in the physical and financial sense. We highlight people who bounce back from prison by switching hustles and a mindset. See, business has always been a part of my DNA. I just went about it the wrong way, which sent me to federal prison for 9 years. I'm bringing out dope stories of triumph that's meant to inspire and educate to take you to the next level. And no matter where we come from or come from under, we can set ourselves free and escape the odds. What's up, y'all? Thank y'all for tuning in to Escaping the Odds. I'm your host, Aaron Smith. We got some dope stories for y'all today. Formerly incarcerated men and women who are now entrepreneurs. Let's get it. Thank you for tuning in to another dope episode of Escaping the Odds podcast. I got my main man here with me, Collum. Spent a little bit of time incarcerated. As you know, we highlight the formerly incarcerated who are now successful entrepreneurs from the west side of Chicago. And go get his story. You know what I'm saying? He has several trucks on the road right now, and he owns a company called Bar None Trucking. And so we'll get into his backstory, also the ins and outs of the industry of trucking. And get straight to it. What's up, bro? How you doing?
How you doing, bro? How you feeling?
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on, man. Had a chance to really get to know the guy. Really sharp dude. You know, really sharp guy. He knows this industry, man. Got it out the mud. You know what I'm saying? And for real, it's just like we want to get into that, man. Kind of get into your backstory. So let the audience know where you from and kind of like how you came into the industry.
Okay. I come from out west. I'm from off the west side of Chicago. Been all around here. Been running the streets since I've been about 12 years old.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Been getting in trouble since I've been about that age too.
Yeah.
So, I went to jail when I was like 17 years old. Went to jail. I got in a lot of trouble. I went to jail. I sat in jail for 2.5 years.
Okay.
I sat in jail 2.5 years. While I sat there, I didn't have no training. Like I said, I grew up, we didn't have no male figures or nobody to really look up to.
Mm-hmm.
So we looked up to the older guys who was out there on the block.
Right.
So, we sold drugs, we did all that, we gang bang, we did everything.
Mm-hmm. So,
I got hit upside the head, first time around, hit upside the head. And I sat there, and I was like one of the youngest people in the joint.
Yeah.
And it used to be crazy because it was like, man, like, little brother, like, I like people that know I like people who got common sense.
Okay.
So I used to, rotate with the older men when they're in penitentiary, and they was telling me their stories, and be like, man, like, I've been here 9 times. I done been in the joint 9 times. And I'm like, what? Like, you like coming here?
Right,
like, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
So, I had met this white guy in there. His name was Phil, and he used to tell me like, man, like had me down, sit me down every day, like, man, this is what you need to be doing. You need to be doing trucking.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, like, I ain't about to do no fuck the fuck, like, but after a while, I started going to. He had a little truck because he had a CDL, so he had a little trucking class every day. We used to be on the deck, and he'd sit there and like help us out, go through everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, I get out of jail or whatever. I get out of jail, and the main thing is when you get out of jail, we got to check our ego and our pride. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that I didn't check.
Okay.
So I knew better, but I still was halfway in, halfway out.
Gotcha. Right.
So I was trying to do different things, but I was still reverting back to the stuff that I knew, which was the street.
But you went back to the same environment too, though.
That's you go that too.
Okay.
So you dealing with that too. So it's like, if all your friends selling drugs, eventually you gonna start selling drugs again.
No doubt.
So
right.
And I told you, like, I remember one day, right? I got a job interview, and the people liked me so much they gave me the job right there on the spot.
Okay.
I ain't had no driver's license, no ID, no social security card, or nothing.
Yeah.
So they couldn't offer me the job because they couldn't scan my my driver's license and stuff down.
Yeah.
So I went through that, and you know, like I said, I dealt with that, and I started getting back in the streets heavy. I kid you not, I started back selling dope. Went back to selling dope. First day I get down with selling dope, I get locked up again.
Wow. And how long you been out?
I've been out now probably about.
I'm saying, how long you out that first time?
Oh,
before you
3
got locked
months.
up? Oh, wow.
So
90 days.
Yes, 90 days fresh.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, like I said, when you know better, you do better. So, I went through that process of, you know what I'm saying, like, that 6 months, I was locked up 6 months that time. I was locked up 6 months, but I wound up beating the case.
Okay. Now what, you mind talking about that?
Yeah. Well, you know, like I said, I was selling drugs, but they can't charge you with no drug offense if you ain't got no drug. Like, they, soon as they came and swooped in, I was done.
Okay, gotcha.
So it was like, only thing, you can't charge me for having money.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I just had a lot of money on me, but it's like, wasn't no drugs to be found.
Okay, gotcha. What your first case though, you beat a serious case.
Yeah, I had a murder, I had a felony first degree murder. I had that. I had an aggravated UUW, attempt, all that.
Dang. So this is all. It was multiple situations, or
It went down.
okay. Yeah.
It went
I feel
down.
you,
So I went through all that, man. Like, I was like, and the crazy part, I didn't even know how much trouble I was in.
And you know what? I'm glad you said that, man, because I was talking to a guy. Actually, one of my colleagues I work with is my guy. He works at the county, right?
Right.
And he say he see people come through bond court, and he been in the system too. And he's like, they'll get those charges read off to them, and they don't even realize what they done got themselves into. Like, you facing a first degree murder, 90 years, 100%, right? It's like, it really don't hit them.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad you said that, because a lot of times these young guys and young females out here getting high.
Yeah,
you know, so they get caught up in the moment.
I was out
and
the
then,
field. Yeah, there you go.
and then before you know it, you locked up somewhere, you wake up, you like, man, how did I get myself in that situation? So let's talk about that.
Okay, so, you know, like I said, like we was out here, we was in the mix.
Yeah.
You know, we young, gang bang. I don't really know
Yeah.
what this, I know, but I don't know.
Exactly,
like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
You don't know until you know.
yeah, it's like until it hits you, right?
Yeah.
So, I kid you not, right? I remember I went to court one time.
Yeah.
And I got to turn, raise my hands to the judge. I say, Your Honor, I'm only 17. Like,
Right.
give me some leniency.
Right.
Judge took off his glass. He said, look, you was only 17. You was shooting them guns out there.
Wow. Yeah.
So when he did that, that told me myself, like, I never make no decision. I never do nothing if I don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anything I'm going to do, I'm going to make the last call on anything I do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you go through all that, man. Like you seeing people getting stabbed. I'm seeing people like, I seen the guy cop out to 33 years.
Just because he didn't want to be in that environment?
No, he sat there he was there in that 5 years. They wasn't going off that. Like, that was the best they could do.
Wow.
They gave him 33 years. He actually took it, the 33 years.
Right.
And, you know, like, you see guys in that, man, like, they young guys, like, potential, man.
Yeah.
A lot of potential.
Yeah.
And they go through that, like, where it's like, you threw it all away for a split-second decision. You see what I'm saying? Like, or your ego and your pride, you can't go work nowhere for, you know, back then we was getting like $7 an hour, some shit like that. Like, it was you know how it was. It was messed up. So, you know, we seeing all that. I seen all that, man. I told myself, like, bro, like, I'm not never coming back here. Never in life. Because it messed my mind up when I seen the guy get stabbed in there. So it's like, on that note, like, I'm like, bro, like, when I get out, I said I'm gonna do something different, but I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm just around here, like, everybody that know me know I done worked 1,000 jobs. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I no lie. I was like, I said I had nobody to look up to, so I couldn't go get that information from nobody, like, to steer you to go do something or go try to do this or you should go try to do that.
Well, but you did have a guy, Phil, that was in the jail.
Yeah.
Which you kind of give you a little bit of knowledge on trucking.
Yes.
Okay, so it kind of planted a seed for you.
That's all. It planted a seed because I didn't even think about trucking again until I was out for probably about another 4 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, no lie. Like,
So let's talk about that. So how did you, what made you think about that and actually take the next steps to be like, you know what, I'm going to start, first off, get my CDLs, and then I'm going to start this trucking company to become successful.
Okay, so when I, you know, like I said, like I done worked 1,000 jobs out here.
Yeah.
Like, I done worked everything, warehouse, the I was the guy downtown with the sign on my back, passing out flyers, telling motherfuckers they need to come in here. And one thing I always tell my people, don't ever quit no job. I always get fired. You know, it's just like, it's something that, you know, look, don't ever quit no job.
Yeah.
So I dealt with that, and I kept saying, I'm like, damn, man, why the fuck I keep getting fired, man? It's like, you know, it'd be some of the pettiest shit, like you get into it with a discrepancy with a boss or a supervisor, or, you know, you getting late or anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I was thinking around, like, what can I do that's gonna pay me how I want to get paid, or how I feel like I should get paid?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That will still accept me with a felony, you know, without a lot of training, you know what I'm saying? So, field popped up again in my head.
Okay.
So, I went to a congressman. I ain't gonna say no name, but I went to a congressman and tried to get the information. And I kid you not, like, the congressman tell me straight up, he's like, man, like, they called somebody from one of these big time companies.
Right.
Got the guy on the phone or whatever, and the guy was like, oh yeah, he can't get no CDL, he got a felony. No lie.
Yeah.
So, you know, like I said, like it messed me up. Like, you know, I let it defeat me. I was in SWAT, man. And kid you not, one of my drivers that work for me right now, we was in SWAT together. We sat, that's how I tell you I got crazy like that. Like, we sat next to each other. And, you know, like, I'm chopping it up with him or whatever, and he telling me, like, he telling me, like, he got his CDL. I'm like, you got your CDL? Like, bro, how you get your CDL, bro? You got a felony, you know, like, I'm on probation right now, I got a CDL.
Wow.
So, I'm like, yeah. So he get to tell me, like, he kind of pointed me in the right direction, like, well, you need to go, you know, half the industry fellas, you know what I'm saying? So it's
Absolutely.
like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, like, he kept it a buck with me.
Yeah.
And it really just like taught me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got out here and I did the research.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes, all the time, you got to investigate it for yourself.
There you go. So you know, like I said, that's why I always, when I hear something, I'm gonna look it up. Like she told me, I'm gonna always look it up.
Exactly.
So I did the research, and you know, I'm starting seeing the schools. I'm calling around at the schools, and they telling me the prices, and it's like, okay, cool. Like, I found the school, man. I found the school that was like $2,000.
Okay.
Cool. I kid you not, man. Like, I took my last $2,000. Like, literally, like, it was so funny because I was in SWAT. They impounded my car, took my car and everything.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, you got this last $2,000.
Go get this car.
You can go get this car.
Or get this license.
Or you can go get this license.
Right.
So, I kid you not, I'm in truck driving school, man. Like, I took the money and I did what I supposed to do. I took the money, I went to truck driving school.
Yeah.
Now, listen, I'm catching the bus. That's why I messaged through Safer.
Yeah.
I love them people over there. Like, they give me bus cars, shit like that. But it's like, you know, they can only do so much too. So, you know, with the truck driving school, like I said, like, you can actually go to school and go to work and go to school. Yeah. But to knock it on out, get it out the way, just go knock this shit out in 2 months. Like, go full time.
You're right.
You know, so I did that, and I kid you not, I remember one day, man, I didn't have $1 in my pocket. I didn't have shit. I couldn't call nobody, nothing. So I walked from motherfucking, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, bro.
I walked from Van Buren and Laramie all the way to 47th and Laramie to the school.
Now, let's put that in context. That's about 5 miles.
No, Van Buren and Laramie.
Yeah.
On the west side.
Right.
All the way to 47th and Laramie out south.
Okay.
And you can't go all the way. You can't go all the way straight up Laramie.
So you
gotta go all the way down Cicero and take it all the way. That took me about 2.5 hours.
Okay.
I had my, you know, this one iPods. We ain't had no phone. We had the iPod, so had the iPod. I'm trucking it.
Yeah.
I get that super late. My teacher like, John, why you here so loud? Like, bro, I just walked up here, bro.
Yeah.
Man, appreciate this man today named Lou.
Yeah.
Lou, look, bro. I'm gonna give you that money. I'm gonna give you bus fare every day, bro. That man gave me $10 every day. Get back and forth to school to work.
Right.
I kid you not, I love that man to this day. That man gave me that money. Like I said, when I got out of truck driving school, so I passed the truck driving school. Now, you know, like when I go over the road, I went over the road and I got my first check. I brought him, gave him his money back. You know what I'm saying? It was just
right thing to do.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I go over the road. You know, it's called, like, you know, in Chicago, we call this paying your dues. You got to pay your dues out here. You know what I'm saying? So I pretty much wanted to pay my dues. So I did that. I did that for about 8 months. You know, I went all around the fucking country with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
getting that experience though.
Yeah, you getting experience.
Yeah.
So, cause you know you gotta. It's a point in time where it's like, you gotta like, and I kid you not, like, and I see this with a lot of my new drivers and stuff that come fresh out of school. They be scared of the truck. You know what I'm saying? So they be scared. They think the truck more bigger than what it really is. So, I kid you not, like I got we call it getting your cherry buzz. I got my cherry popped the first night.
Okay.
I went through some mountains, and it was at night, and it was raining.
Okay.
And I had a crazy trainer, man, John Loomis to this day, crazy white boy, like from down south Alabama. Yeah. That man was a nut. Like, man, you're impeding traffic, drive. Like, so I'm crying on that.
Yeah, you had to become one with the
truck.
It's
like you had to be, you gotta suck it up. Yeah. I kid you not, I peed on myself.
Man.
Like, no lie, like, you that scared, like, cause he like, we going down the mountain 70 miles an hour, he like, drive it, like, he crazy like that. I'm like, like, you crazy, you a crazy motherfucker, man. Like, I kid you not. So we get down the mountain. Like I say, it in game daytime, cause I say I started at night. Right. You know, like came daytime. Yeah. We do our break or whatever, and I go to the truck stop. You know, I wash up all that stuff. Like he's like, yeah, see, you good now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna be good. Like don't, you know what I'm saying? And the main thing is like we gotta get comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying? I still didn't feel comfortable with the truck until like a year out. Okay. You know what I'm saying? A year doing it. So I came back home. And I started dealing with, like I say, my buddy, his cousin. My buddy, he got a cousin. He had some trucks. Right. Now, we had this company or whatever, but it was like some janky promoters ass trucking company. Okay. Like, where it'd be like we at work, and he'd be spending our check, like the whole week he'd be spending our check. So the weekend come, we looking for our check. He like, yeah, let me holler at y'all. Let me sit y'all down for a minute. Right. Like. Ain't gonna be no check, man, right now, man.
So that's something for people to look out for.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? When you're signing on
with all the owner-operators.
On the operators, yeah, definitely, yeah.
So, you know, you gotta look at that type of stuff and look at the type of work you're doing. So we did with that, we was doing crosstown. Okay. So this is what we're gonna dive into.
Right, exactly.
So like we was doing crosstowns and
what's crosstowns?
Crosstowns is
because you got over the road stuff, regional stuff, and
let me break it down to y'all. Crosstown is you don't go nowhere out of Chicago, so you might go from one rail yard to the next rail yard. Okay. We are the #1 hub as far as anything in the United States. It touches Chicago. Touches Chicago, it's gonna go down south, gonna go to the East Coast, or it's gonna go to the West Coast. Right. So, you know. It's a lot of people. They cornered the market on it, you know. So they cornered the market on it, and they had a lot of, you know, they got crosstown work. Right. So, you know, I'm learning the game or whatever. Like, I'm learning the game, and I kid you not, like a blessing happened to me, man. I saved my money up, man. I got hit by a truck. Okay. Like I told Jacob Motor shit left me out there one night. I done spent way out in Joliet somewhere. Okay. That's why I learned about Joliet. Don't shovel they streets. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I get hit by a truck. He done left me out there 8 hours. Yeah. like he done sent the regular tow truck to come tow me with a. He done sent the regular tow truck to come tow my semi truck with a tow truck. Right. That's not gonna happen. Exactly. Yeah. Guy come, he, you know, beat it up. You know, I get hit or whatever, and I go through the process. So I go through the process, I get some money. I come into some money. So I'm like, man, I'm about to invest in myself. Right. So I did that. I invested in myself, and I bought my first truck. Now, like I said, I'm you know, the guy obviously upset with me because I didn't got him up out the way. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm dealing with the guy, the Italian guy myself now. Okay, exactly. So okay, before we get to that part, right, I kind of want to go into, for the people that may not know, some of the steps to take as far as like the paperwork. Okay. Like getting your own authority, different license plates and things like that you may have to get to even begin and get the up roll. Okay, so with that, right, it's you know, like, first things first, go LLC yourself. LLC yourself, you know, LLC yourself or incorporate yourself. You know, you do that because you protect yourself from liability. I'm about to get into that story too, what happened. So now, I didn't know none of this. Like I said, like, and I'm asking guys, and I'm like 24 years old, and I'm asking guys like, hey man, like what, they ain't telling me really nothing. Like they like, because they feel like I'm their competition.
Right, okay.
You like, man, like you 24, you got your own truck, like man, like what, you know what I'm saying? So I be like, man, like what I need to do, like man, like I'm overspending for gas, overspending gas. Gas is the money. That's your money every week.
Right,
so
yeah.
at the end of the week, you always need to know that your gas tank need to be empty at the end of the week. Every week, your gas tank better be empty. Because, when I first started, like, I lost $20,000 the first year.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's just because it was overspending on gas.
Okay. I'm looking, gas is $2.50.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So how do you overspend? Were you going to the wrong gas stations? Or, how did that? Okay.
So, I'm going to break it down for you. Now, you got a week. You got a work week. Your work week might start on Monday and it end on Sunday.
Okay.
So now, mind you, all right. Now me, I probably got like a half tank, and I'm like, I started doing regional with these people.
Okay.
So I started doing regional, so I got probably like a half tank. So I got a half a tank, and I would go, I work, I'd be filling up. I fill up again, and, like probably Tuesday, I fill up again Tuesday.
Okay.
After I use that all up.
Yeah.
I fill up again Tuesday. Then Thursday, that's your critical day. So it'd be Thursday, Friday. Now, you're not going to do nothing over the weekend. So it's like, okay, I know I'm not about to do nothing over the weekend. Why am I filling up, putting an extra $600 in my tank? That could be in my pocket.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you filling up, but you're not using them. You're not using it. Like, don't get me wrong, you'll use that at the beginning of the week, but it's like you always behind the buck pretty much.
Okay.
As far as your expenses and everything.
Right.
Because a lot of the trucking industry, they always think you can get rich. Like you can't get rich, but you can be well off. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the products and, like as far as like the services you sell, like, like without causing yourself as much overhead as possible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what, like I was doing that. I started doing that, and I tell guys like, you go get an LLC, you know what I'm saying? Go get you like a corporate card or even a credit card with rewards, as far as like from your bank or something like that. So it's all little tricks and trades that you can do to get the most bang for your buck.
Okay.
So, when I say like, you got to get yourself incorporated, because I got sued after my first year, I got sued because it was some shit that I didn't even really have knowledge about, because I'm fresh in the game, ain't nobody telling me nothing.
Yeah.
So I was with this big company, and I'm with this big company. Like I said, another thing about them big companies too, you got to watch out for them, but I'm about to get into that. So I was with this big company, and we, they had drop yards all over the city. So, like one thing when you dealing with containers, like I was dealing with containers, intermodal. Intermodal is like one of the cheapest paying truck driving jobs in America. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of it, and it's accessible, but it's the cheapest truck drive. It's the cheapest, cheapest industry as far as truck drive.
Okay.
So, I didn't know that like rail yards and they customers, they got free days. So a free day is when you take the load out the rail yard, like you got probably about a day or two to bring it back. So me, I had got so good at, I always try to study everything. So I thought I had got kind of good as far as like, all right, I'm not going to go out there until I get a load coming from out there. So I'm going to go drop this over here in Harvey. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go drop this on 43rd, the city. And then when it's time for me to get a load from out of Joliet, instead of driving that 60 miles out there, I'm going to wait till I get the load, then I'm going to return empty.
Okay. So in between time, it's sitting over there.
Man, I got stuff out for months.
Wow. And how much is it charging a day?
$150 a day.
Wow.
$200 a day.
Yeah.
Reefer?
Yeah.
Reefer gonna charge you $500 a day.
Wow.
So, I'm not knowing none of this. Like, you know, I'm just out here lollygagging. You know, like I said, like, and this year, like I said, I had got, you know, I started, like I said, I always ask questions. I ain't never too proud to ask no question with nobody. So I found, you know, like I had some guys, like they was my age, you know what I'm saying? So they ain't one really know, they had their own trucks too.
Right.
So
how much they end up suing you for?
whew, like 12,000.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And pretty much. So how did the company protect you? The LLC would have protected you in that situation?
Okay, so the LLC gonna protect you because you could file bankruptcy and just drop the company and go start a new one.
Okay.
And
Gotcha.
you ain't gonna be liable for the 12,000.
Okay, gotcha.
So,
Okay.
but you know I call it, you know, like, I ain't even gonna say it, but
Yeah.
it's the dumb stuff that I do from time to time. You know,
Yeah.
we call it, you know.
Yeah, no, I got you.
You know,
yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah.
the dumb stuff.
It's
So
just basically just being irresponsible.
yeah, pretty much.
At the end of
You
the
know
day,
what I'm saying? So, I went to court, told the judge, like, man, I'm not paying them. I didn't know. Like, they not trying to hear that.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely. Not at all, right.
so they subpoena bank statements. They subpoena bank accounts.
Mm-hmm.
They can go get their money right from out of there.
Yeah.
So
So now you got this money taken out your account.
yeah.
Basically start from scratch.
Now check it out. That
Yeah.
that ain't one even, like, everything started hitting me at the same time.
Okay.
So on top of this, like I said, another thing too as far as trucks. You know, a lot of these, like, I bought a truck that was high risk right out the gate.
Okay.
And didn't know no better.
Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Let's talk about the high risk of like that truck that you purchased.
Okay, so I bought a truck with high mileage already.
Okay.
So it had 700, 800,000 miles on it already.
Mm-hmm.
After 1 million miles, that joint is already it's at that point where it's ready to go anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So my engine went out.
Okay.
That's a $12,000 bill.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's, you know, like,
So how does a person prepare themselves for something like that? Like, if you coming in the game, you don't know. So what are some of the things I can look for? So it's like, okay, all right, this is a good truck to buy. Should I lease that vehicle or should I purchase it outright?
okay, so with me now, like, you should stay away from them lots, them truck lots. That's the first thing. Because they buying it from somebody who done bought it from somebody. So it done had 3 owners already before it didn't touch you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you don't go there. So
Okay.
go directly, try to deal with a manufacturer.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or like a company, like I deal with a company, Ryder.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like so they get the truck sent to them from the manufacturer.
Okay.
They deal with them, and then after
Almost directly as possible, as
Yes.
close to the source as possible. Okay, gotcha.
because you know it's probably about the same thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's about
Yeah.
the same thing, but you know, like a lot of them truck lots, they got a lot of, you know, they got the buy here, pay here.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
They got the
yeah.
buy here, pay here.
Predatory.
There you go. So
Yeah.
so you know
just like anything else.
we
Yeah.
gonna put you in there. Don't worry about
You
that.
gonna get in there. Yeah, your note gonna be $5,000 a month, but you gonna be riding.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Stay away
So
from that. Gotcha.
you know, you deal with that, and it's like I deal with that, and like I said, I ain't know no better.
Yeah.
So you gotta understand, like I said, you gotta save your money too. Save your money. Whatever you do in life, save your money.
Yeah.
Pay yourself a little bit. Pay your company too. Pay your company first, then you pay yourself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like that. Okay.
Because
What about, speaking of paying out, right? What about putting a little bit to the side for maintenance? Because you mentioned a $12,000 engine, right? That's your that's your bread and butter. So
Yes.
you need to keep those wheels turning. So what would you say, far as a percentage wise? Now we're gonna get into the money, right?
Okay, cool.
A percentage wise of how much I should be putting aside, maybe weekly, from my settlement.
okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna go half.
Wow.
Yeah. So you go halves, that way you can protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, cause like with me, like, you just never know what gonna happen.
Okay.
And it's always some stuff that's
Something
gonna happen. Remember,
right,
I just got hit with a $5,000 bill.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah.
just like, it was so funny because my driver, like, I told him about, like, man, look, just gonna bring it over there. He's like,
Yeah.
look, cause he know we worked for his cousin.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we work for his cousin. It'd be like, we get a bill, we get a repair on the truck, we ain't getting paid.
Exactly. Right.
So like, y'all ain't getting paid for 2 weeks.
So far as on the pay wise, right? Okay, now I got it where I'm giving up pretty much half towards maintenance just in case anything happens.
It's not necessarily just maintenance. So,
okay.
you know, that's half towards like your license plates.
Okay.
Them things, like, it depends on what place you get. Like, you can get a Z plate, that thing like $4,000.
Now the Z plate, what is that briefly?
The Z plate, you only have authority to drive in Illinois.
Okay. Now with Z plates, is that for, because we got a broad audience here.
Okay.
So is this for any state as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
So mainly your Secretary of State, it's mainly for dump trucks and stuff like that. So like,
local,
you know, local work. You ain't going nowhere.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or you got the appropriate place or whatever.
All right.
Now appropriate place, what those do, they give you the authority to operate all throughout the United States.
Okay.
But what they do in that, how they check on that, is because you get this thing called IFTA.
Okay.
IFTA is a gas tax. So you have to keep up with all your expenses, your repairs, your gas.
Right.
And every state you go to get gas, you got to keep up with that, because guess what you got to do every quarter? You got to pay taxes on that gas.
Wow.
So, you know, you learning all that. Like, I didn't know none of this. Yeah. Like, I'm fresh out the street. Like,
so with all these expenses, right?
Yeah.
What kind of numbers are you looking at when you pick up a load, right? Because I know in some situations over the road, that's kind of like my experience working at a brokerage firm. Like, they pretty much paying by the mile.
Yeah.
Right now, in some cases when you're doing cross town, they may be paying you by the load. They may be paying you by the hour.
Yeah.
Right. So can we kind of get into that briefly? Like learning how to differentiate and saying, okay, this is probably the best way to get paid or not.
Okay. So, me as an owner operator, I'm gonna always, you need no less than about $90 an hour to stay afloat.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like, even like with it's all simple math. Mm-hmm. So, you know, even though I don't get $90 an hour, I'm gonna I'm gonna go by how long it's gonna take me to do it.
That's your baseline.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, like with that, I know how long it's gonna take to do something. Like, so it's like, if they want me to take a move, they want me to take a chassis from 79th all the way to Bedford Park, CSX Bedford Park.
Right.
It's a 20-minute drive.
Gotcha.
It's a 20-minute drive, but it's a 20-minute drive, but it's gonna probably take me about 30 minutes to do.
Okay.
So it's gonna take me 30 minutes to do a round trip. Is gonna take me about 40 minutes.
Okay.
So now that's where you come back at, because you gotta always think about your way there and your way back.
Gotcha.
That's how you gotta do it.
Okay.
Like they can dress it up saying that they can get you a load back. Don't ever go. You gotta always cover yourself for your way there and way back.
Okay, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you're getting your proper compensation.
Yeah.
So as far as the money, like I get paid by what I do. So I get paid by, we call it by the move.
Okay.
So we get paid by the move, and like I said,
bring out the hustle in a person.
Yes, because it's like I don't want to be capped.
Yeah.
My earning potential, I don't never want to be capped.
Okay.
So, whatever I do, I'm gonna go do.
Yeah. And how many trucks you got?
I got 4.
Got 4. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So, with that, like as far as dealing with that, bro, like you know what I'm saying, like how I dress mine up is cross town. You don't go nowhere.
Yeah.
So guess what? I'm not even gonna make you even work and bust your ass like that. I'm gonna make you do your 12. I got another driver that's gonna go do their 12 hours.
Yeah.
Off one truck.
Exactly. Yeah.
Truck gonna run 24 hours out of the day.
24 hours a day. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that's the name of the game.
Yeah. So you make money in your sleep.
Right.
So this is where it comes in at like so if I'm doing that, like I can pay guys by the hour. Like some guys I do pay by the hour. Some guys I pay by the move.
Yeah.
But I encourage by the move because I don't want to cap you. Because I'm going to cap you, and I'm going to actually have somebody that's going to be on you and calling you all the time. Where you at? What you doing? What you doing? Because, people, they like to steal time.
Right.
You know this already.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, as far as dealing with that, man, I said, like, I said I did the deal like this. It took me 3 weeks to do the deal. And I tell them I want mine 24/7, 365 days out the year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we gonna work whenever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you just, like I said, like I tell my drivers, give me 5 days. I've been on them kind of make me give me 6 days now. You know what I'm saying? So we can get better.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Let me ask you this, right? far as with insurance.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Yeah.
Very important, right? That's one of the top line kind of expenses, right?
Yes.
People really focus on. So, with insurance, what are some of the things to look for?
Okay.
Like what is too high? What are some of the things maybe the insurance companies looking for, like especially for a new owner operator coming on? Give me the game on that.
Okay, so with the insurance companies, this how they get a lot of people out their face. They make you pay a big old down payment.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they make you pay a down payment. It would be like, well, we just gonna charge you like $12,000 for the year.
Yeah.
They charge you $12,000, but guess what they gonna do? You gotta put 6 of that down.
Yeah.
then the rest of the year you gonna pay. You know what I'm saying? You pay the rest of it.
Right.
Cool. Then like what I tell a lot of guys, always be insured up. So you got your bobtail insurance, physical damage insurance.
Mm-hmm.
You got your cargo insurance.
Okay.
And you also got your occupational insurance.
Okay.
And you know, like in case like, who knows, like you fall out the truck one day, you break your leg, man. Ain't nobody gonna pay your bills. If their truck ain't moving, ain't nobody gonna pay your bills.
Yeah.
So you need to have that type of protection. I stress that to my drivers too. Like you gotta have that type of protection.
Yeah.
It's definitely in the state of Illinois because they make owners, fleet owners, they make their drivers have occupational insurance.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So we deal with that, man, and that's the main thing, man. Like,
Yeah.
like, cause it could turn situation like.
Put a company out of business.
Yeah,
Quick.
like it'll
Yeah.
definitely put you out of business. Cause
Yeah.
like I said, I just had a guy hit one of my trucks, man.
Yeah.
And it was so crazy because it was just parked, and it was like I guess it was an Uber driver or something like
Okay.
that. They had Progressive.
Yeah.
Progressive been calling me. They called me and like, look, we look, just take some pictures of it. We're
Yeah.
gonna send you a check. But it'd be
Yeah.
like, you want that type of thing. Cause I had
Yeah.
another driver. He hit something like,
Yeah.
and she done fell out. Like truck. See semi truck. They see money.
Exactly. Let me ask you this. With the situation you have right now, that's crosstown.
Yeah.
So you have a contract. You say it took you 3 weeks to get this particular deal. You got contracts, right?
Yeah.
With the actual direct
Customer,
customer
yes,
situation.
yes.
And that's the best way to do, right?
Yes.
I work at a broker. A lot of people call in at a broker. They find low. That's probably the next best situation,
Yes,
right? Get
yes.
a relationship with them. But then you got the load board.
Yep.
Where people everybody's on the load board. Everybody's scrambling to get on the load board. It's like, I've heard the term, they call them bottom feeders on
Yeah,
that, right?
that-
You know what I mean?
there you go,
But,
but-
okay, so finding a customer,
Right.
or finding a broker, what are some of the things you're looking at to be able to make sure that you're partnering and working with the right kind of person that's going to get you load? Or some people lease on with a company that's an owner operator, right?
Yeah.
So there's several different ways to kind of actually get to loads to keep your wheels turning. But tell the audience a little bit, like, how to basically make sure that you're partnering up with the right
Okay.
company that's go keep the money coming in your pocket and not beat you out.
Okay, so look, you guys gotta understand, when you guys leasing on to these companies, this with any company, they touch your money before you touch your money. So
Well, some people will say, okay, well, because they're taking some of the risks, they're doing they're paying for the insurance, right? Well, at least the bulk of it, right?
you paying for that. You
Right,
still
yeah,
pay for
you
that.
still
like,
gonna pay for it, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
you like
yeah.
so okay, like okay, with them companies, right? Main thing they doing, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, is the office work. And that's like okay, like they deal with the customer as far as like emails.
Yeah.
I hate that.
The administrative
Yes,
thing.
yeah,
the
I
dispatch
hate
and
that.
some of the
Yes,
things. Yeah, exactly.
listen,
Yeah,
I kid you not.
yeah.
I hate it.
Back office.
Yes, because
Yeah.
it's a lot of it's tedious and it's a
Tedious,
lot of
yeah.
time,
Hey,
and you
man,
gotta.
I'm with you on that, bro. I ain't with it neither.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta watch how you talk to people, and they be
Yeah.
like, but they know everybody know me personally now,
Right,
so it'd be
yeah.
like the cousins. They like, bro, like they know. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
So it'd be like
Yeah.
I could just call somebody on the phone and be like, man, what y'all doing over there?
Yeah,
Like, oh
Yeah.
no, this is going on, John. Or, like,
So that's one of the benefits of that, right?
Yes.
Maybe leasing on with a organization or whatever, or what about maybe dealing with brokers and stuff like that? Like, what's your feelings about that?
man, I have no look. I got broker friend. I do business with them all the time.
Okay.
Like I got a buddy, man. He a broker, man.
Yeah.
We get money together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, where it's like, like, don't get me wrong, like, only thing he risking is his name as far as me. If I don't do the work or my,
Yeah, it's bad on his brand.
It's bad on his brand. Exactly.
yeah,
But other
right.
than that, like, man, we you know, like he take his percentage, but he don't try to hit me upside the head.
Got you, right.
So like
okay. I'm glad you mentioned percentage.
Okay.
Because with brokers, some brokers may get a load for $1,500, and of course the name of the game is to pay the driver or the trucking company as less as possible. I mean, they keep the spread.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so how does a newcomer kind of negotiate that stuff to make sure that they're getting paid properly when they're working with a broker?
Like I always tell people, always average out at least $90 an hour, no matter what.
I'm talking about now even when I know $90 an hour, that may work if you're going local.
No, that's even
so even with over the road.
Even with over the road. So like how I used to do it, right? So like you gotta always see your time there, how long it's gonna take you to go there, and how long it's gonna take you to go back.
Time is money.
Never ever. That's the most valuable thing is your time.
Yeah.
So now like okay, I have a load going to Detroit.
Yeah.
I got a load going to Detroit. It's gonna take me about 3.5 hours, 4 hours to get out there.
Got you.
All right, check it out. They gonna give me $1,000 for that load.
Okay.
They say it's $1,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. They gonna give me $1,000 a load. This when you lease on them companies or whatever.
That's
so
like $3 something a mile, cause to Detroit was like 300 miles.
I don't even look at the miles, cause I'm looking at the time.
The time, okay.
That's it. That's how I break that.
That's how you do it. Okay.
It's simple like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
okay.
I'm like, look, I don't want it's less. I always try to get as less headaches as possible.
Yeah, I got you.
So, you know, I break it down. It's like only 3.5 hours like that. So, roughly, this is going to take me around, I would say, about 7 hours.
Okay. Well, okay. Because I work in the industry, this is what I see.
Yeah.
Right? You got a load, it takes you 5 hours to get there.
Yeah.
You still sitting trying to unload for maybe 5 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours.
No, see, nobody going to pay you for sitting.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. So, but what about when you're calculating that situation using the hourly base, but yet then because time is money, you sitting for 8-9 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See, now that okay, like that's where they have this thing that's called detention.
Yeah.
So after 2 hours, you're supposed to get detention.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You negotiate your price on detention.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, like it's all how you gonna negotiate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because like you just said, the name of the game pay you less as possible.
Yeah.
So, you know, like when I used to be with these companies, like I just with this last company probably about a year ago, and they told me like, you know, they used to be getting mad at me because I everything's for negotiation, and they like just you know they want you to shut up and just drive like just you know just do like bro I don't fucking work for you man like you know so it be like. We going there now, like, you know, so they like, we gonna give him what he want.
Exactly.
Like, we gonna let him, cause I'm gonna ask questions, like, so, you know, like you dealing with customers, like especially like spots, like you start going to the same type of spots. So you know how long it's gonna take you and you know what's their rules and regulations.
Gotcha.
Cause dealing with reefers, you can go there, you be 30 minutes late.
Now reefers refrigerated.
Yeah, refrigerated units. So, you know, like you dealing with them, right? You can go to a customer, like they real strict as far as reefers because they have a time, like they're real strict.
Right.
So they don't even want you to open the truck. They don't even want you to open the trailer up with the food.
Exactly.
So you there 30 minutes late, you gonna sit about 6 hours.
Yeah. Reschedule. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then you gotta pay them on top of them. On top of you sitting there that time, you still gotta pay them.
Okay, so talk to me about as an owner operator, what should I be expecting for my truck to be made? What's a baseline to say, okay, at the end of the year, after 12 months, my truck should be generating this gross revenue?
Okay, so you should gross every year around like 160, 150.
Okay.
You know, and I didn't, you know, you do that. I done did that. Like, I done did it. So it's like, you know, you go from there like, you know, like the whole thing is, I didn't forget.
160.
Yeah, 160. So every day you want to at least make $800 to $1,000.
Okay. Well, anything can happen, like how you.
Anything can happen though. So it's like one day it might be a big old blizzard, cause I hadn't been out there and be like you can't see nothing in front of you, where you just gotta pull over.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or you gotta spend a night somewhere, or you know, you didn't deal with stuff like you got a breakdown, you got a tire breakdown, anything, like truck breakdown, anything. You know what I'm saying? So you try to every day you want to get out here and at least make your bare minimum $800 to survive.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To thrive, you need to be making $1,000 to $1,200 every day.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Which is possible, like, but it's like
got so many different variables, stuff like
yes,
that.
Yes, it's
but,
it's a lot of things working against
but
you.
when you do make that kind of money, right, that you should always be investing in yourself,
Yes.
right? And so how important is that for
Okay.
you, for your company?
Okay, so with me, right, I learned I learned all these games, the tax game. Uncle Sam, that's the biggest gangster in America, for real. So it's like they can't tax you on no money that you don't get. And what I mean by that is you don't take no money and go buy no garbage like no Gucci, no, you know what I'm saying? You going to mess up your money.
There you go.
You go take your money and you go buy other stuff.
Other assets.
So like me, I'm going to go buy more trucks. Or I'm going to go take that money and I'm going to go get a $40,000 tow truck. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And it's like now it becomes an expense instead of it becoming, you know, like it's earned income. Now instead of becoming earned income, it's an expense now.
Right. You basically put the return earnings back into the company.
There you go.
Yeah.
So then that's when you come with you try to come with your passive income. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, like what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get big, man, where I got enough trucks where it'd be like, all right, cool, you wanna be your own boss, look, I'm gonna give you a truck. Just give me $500 a week.
Exactly right.
No matter what, I don't
matter
care
what
what
happens,
you got going on.
Exactly.
You gotta fix it, all that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
just give me my $500 every week.
There you go.
You know, and guess what? That's passive income.
Right, because no matter what, you got to basically you're becoming the financier. You're becoming like the leasing company and whatever, and then you making that $2,000 a month.
There you go.
No
so
matter what.
$2,000 a month untaxed money.
Yeah.
I ain't got to worry about it. Like this money right now, I be have to worry about it. But when you ain't worry about it, it's the best feeling in the world.
Basically, you renting out your asset.
Yes, you know what I'm saying?
It's like you renting out a piece of property or whatever.
Same thing.
You own the
passive
asset,
income.
but you renting out the absolutely. Hey, bro, that was really a lot of great game, man.
You know what I'm
that
saying?
you giving, man, and man, what advice would you give anybody, man? Not even just coming home from incarceration, man, because you've been through it, I've been through it, but just anybody that want to switch hustles. They want to do something else. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they've been in their career for X amount of years. It's just not really fulfilling to them. And just really finding their passion. It may be in trucking,
right?
So or it may be in something else. Like, what would you briefly say to them to make sure that they kind of give them words of encouragement?
Okay, I'm gonna tell anybody, learn the game.
No matter what.
Do your own research. Learn the game. You know what I'm saying? Know everything ins and out because you like. It's a lot that's gonna work against you when you trying to start something for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And your main thing is if you know what you're doing and you know what you're talking about, you wouldn't have to go through all the head bumps that I had to bump my head 1,000 times for me to understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, like learn the game. You know, don't listen. Keep negative people away from you. Keep negative people away from you. And like I said, like always have like-minded people out here, like. You know, as far as like riding with you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I done had a good support system. You know, I've been blessed with that, like with a best friend. We've been friends, we've been 11. Anything I do, he always with it. Right. Like whatever. Like and it's like you'll know people your friend, but if they spending their own money, or if they spending their time, they know they not getting nothing out the deal.
Let me ask you this. Give me your team, right? So if I'm starting a trucking company, what are some of the people on the team that you would like to have to make sure that you run an efficient and effective trucking company? Okay,
man, look, efficient, effective trucking company, you got to get your accounts payable people.
Okay.
So you got to get people like I said, like with the office work.
Right.
You know, I got a
Back
guy.
end.
Yeah, I got a guy I pay. He does all mine.
Exactly.
Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? Because like, it's that's a lot of tedious work as far as you know, like when you building them customers. You know what I'm saying? And then like a lot of them. Like a lot of customers, like it be taking me sometimes 2 months to get my money back from the customer. You know what I'm saying? Like for the work you did.
So accounts payable, billing, basically.
Yes.
Who else would you want?
You know, like I said, like dispatching, like I would go there. You know what I'm saying? Dispatching, but like you know, like. I don't know, like I like to be personable with my guys, so like you know, so you can explain to them a little bit better way, because it's like a lot of dispatchers.
Know what to expect.
Yeah, exactly. I say experienced dispatchers as far as dealing with the field that you're in.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And also like safety.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Safety, like you always need somebody to be cleaning up. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you on your P's and Q's as far as you in compliance with the federal, with anything you do.
Yeah, exactly. Regulations.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Okay.
you make sure you do that, and also like I said, like somebody like you said, like a broker or somebody like that's always gonna be able to get you new business.
There you go.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
you'll be all right.
And also, look, we ain't gonna forget about the most precious part of this whole company, the drivers, good drivers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So good people that want to come out here and self-motivate, that's want to come get some money.
Perfect.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, there you heard it from Mr. John Collum himself, bar-known trucking man. Came from nothing, started with $2,000, right? Car broke down. He had to make a decision on whether, okay, what do I do? Do I go get my CDL license, or do I go fix this car and it keep me in the same place I was at? Spent a significant time incarcerated, been in the streets his whole life, switched hustles, doing things differently now. And so let us know where you could be reached, your contact information, all that.
Man, look, you can follow me on Facebook.
Okay.
John Collum. You can follow me on Instagram, John Collum Real.
Okay.
And my company, Bar None Corporation, Bar None Trucking. I got another company, D&J Towing. You want your cars towed anywhere in Chicago?
Yeah.
We got a good deal for that too. Like
exactly,
we could beat the price as far as Chicago.
Absolutely.
And other than that, man, like I said, man, if you want to get some money, man, you a hustler. Like, look, I'm open for business for any truck driver that want to get some money out here.
Yeah.
That's just that simple.
I like that, man. One other thing I want to speak on briefly, man. You got a lot of knowledge, right?
Yeah.
And education is important in this trucking industry, right? You said it earlier where you bumped your head. You did a lot of different things where if you would have knew better, you would have did better as it relates to this trucking company, right?
Yes.
So something that we're working on together with Escaping the Odds is to actually come up with like a mentorship type program where you'll be able to get the knowledge that he has and don't have to get your head bust, you know what I mean? Because he'll have all the information for you, so y'all can stay on the lookout for that as well. As far as with me, Escaping the Odds Podcast, IG, Escaping the Odds Podcast, the website, escapingtheodds.com, and we got great resources for people that was formerly incarcerated or not, as far as housing, entrepreneurship, we all about unlocking freedom through entrepreneurship, so make sure you all check that out as well. We got the merchandise, Switch Hustles by Escaping the Odds, that can be found on the website as well. Really a lot of great things coming with the website, just the brand as a whole. We really expanded in 2021. And so, y'all continue to watch us on YouTube, wherever, and just continue to support myself and John Barnum, the corporation, Unlocking Freedom, Opportunities Over Penitentiaries. Thank you all for tuning in.
Thanks.